Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel. It's Caitlin from the Carnivore Couple, and in this video, we are gonna be making one of my favorite baked chicken recipes. And sometimes as carnivores, I think we forget about using chicken because it is so lean. So we are gonna layer up some deliciousness on this chicken with some ham and some cheese and some pork rinds. We're gonna bake it all together into a fancy little dish, but it's actually really easy, called chicken cordon bleu. Let's get into it. All right, so I got my pork rinds. These are the Baconette brand. They don't actually say what kind of oil they are fried in, so use at your own risk. I know the Pork King Good brand are fried in pork fat, so if you have that one close by, but I need something quick, this is what they had at the grocery store close to me, so we're gonna use these. Okay, so I've got my blender out, and I'm just going to add some of these pork rinds in here and then grind them up until I've got about half a cup of pork panko for this chicken cordon bleu. What's dinner if you don't eat it while you make it, right? Anyone else do that? About 2 tablespoons of butter here. I'm just gonna melt it up and then mix that in with the pork rinds. I'm just gonna add this into my pork panko and then stir it up. You're kind of just looking for the consistency of wet sand. You just want something to get this pork panko to kind of brown up in the oven, and so that's what the butter's gonna do. It also helps it stick together just a little bit on top of the chicken. And I've also got some Italian seasoning, used depending on what works for you, but I'm gonna add about 2 teaspoons of this from the hand measurement. There we go. Teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of pepper. You can measure if you want to, or just eyeball it like me. This recipe is so super easy. I just usually eyeball all of it. All right, so there we go. There's the crumb topping that's gonna get all nice and crispy and delicious on top of our chicken. All right, y'all, so we are already almost done making this dish. We're gonna put it together. So I'm just gonna take my chicken breast and put it in the pan. And I'm just gonna season this with salt and pepper. Next, we're on to the ham part. And when I mentioned this chicken cordon bleu video, lots of you asked me, what kind of ham are you using? Because it is really hard to find sugar-free ham. And so, if I'm honest with y'all, I was making this dish last minute, and so I just went to the grocery store and I got the best option that they had. The best option they had at Dollar General was Black Forest ham. Is this the best option that exists? Probably not. Is it the best option available to me? Absolutely. And so this does have 2 grams of carbs. There's no sugar listed on the ingredients list, so this is the best one I can find. I'll link a few others down below in the description of other kinds I could find at Walmart and Costco. I just didn't have any of that in my pantry, so just use the best option you could find. Stay away from the honey hams. Black Forest tends to not have as much sugar, so let's get back. Okay, y'all, so we're gonna take that ham, Black Forest ham is what I'm using, and we're just gonna put 1 piece of ham on top of each chicken breast. Super simple and quick. Next up, we are gonna use some mozzarella cheese shredded. This is all I had on hand, but you could literally use any kind of cheese you want. If you don't wanna do the pre-shredded cheese, just find a type of cheese that you wanna use. Sharp cheddar works really good as well. I've done American cheese. That tends to burn a little bit easier, and it's processed, so I try not to use that one. All right, I'm gonna go heavy-handed with the cheese. Crisps up all bubbly. All right, last but not least, we're gonna take this pork rind mixture that has a bunch more of our seasoning in it, which is why we didn't season the chicken as much. I'm just gonna sprinkle that crunchy crumb all on top of our chicken. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. And so this is also a dish that we make for company all the time because it's so easy to prep. I can make it the day before. I can throw it in the oven and have it done at a certain time, or delay start my oven if we're coming home from church and we want to have guests over. This is the recipe I make for that. And it's also way cheaper than feeding all of your guests steak if you like hosting a lot. All right, so doesn't look super pretty, but there it is. So now we're gonna throw this bad boy that I really hope I don't drop into the oven. We've already preheated it for 350 degrees. We're just gonna put it in there for an hour, and then it's gonna come out all nice and bubbly, and that ham's gonna get crispy. I'll see you back in a little bit. Does anyone else always forget their cast iron skillet is in this oven when they preheat? Every time, it's me. Here's the chicken cordon bleu. You can see the chicken is nice and cooked through. You got that crispy ham, cheese, and then the crunch with the pork rinds. I'm gonna go ahead and give this a taste, try to get a little piece of everything. It is so good, y'all. If you've not made this, you really gotta go try it. There's not too much seasoning on it. I mean, if you have to not use the seasoning, that's fine, but it's just super easy, super quick. Go ahead and try it. I'm gonna finish eating my dinner and I'll see y'all later. Is it yummy?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I'm glad you like it, baby.